All right, what is up, guys? I'm just gonna do a little alpha update for everyone. Just gonna go over Bitcoin, ETH, a few altcoins in general. Just going over the market. As all you know, I have not been trading over the past several days. I guess 2 weeks now. Um, Kind of been the best thing I've ever done, unless you were short up here on this exit pump. It seemed. We've completely retraced the entire thing and took out the low of 37.2, 37.5 right here. We bounced off it a couple times. Had that nice bounce 2 days ago for the FOMC pump to 40K, which just so happened to be the midline. We're looking at the daily chart right now for Bitcoin. Um, Closed above 39.3, which is bullish right up here. And then we just tanked the next day right back into our 36.2K buy zone that we haven't seen since roughly the end of February. So same thing today, kind of dipped back down into the low, took it out. So they're just hunting stops right now. Bounced off 35.3, and now we're still kind of battling this 36.2K resistance, trying to close above that for the daily. The 4 hour closes in 10 minutes. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, so as you can see, it's kind of just like it wicked up and it's kind of rejecting this area here. So, what cases I'm gonna try and analyze this on high time frame. Not going to be looking for small scalps where we got to pump up here and back down. It's like impossible to predict those little moves. I'm just gonna pay attention to the data and see where we could go from here. So this looks half decent. If this daily somehow flips above this 36.2, that's good. Um, the only thing that's keeping me super bullish right now is the open interest on longs. You guys know that's all I was talking about like 2 months ago, that longs were consistently opening no, every single day. So we had come up all the way up to here. It started the end of January, and then it peaked the end of March right here, and then everyone started taking profit when we were at like 48K, 46K areas around there. Everyone was taking profit, bounced off. I mean, pretty crazy. This asteroids belt's actually accurate for open interest on longs, but it is. This is just the weekly. And there you go. So it's probably easier to check it on a daily time frame. Yeah, so everyone was taking profit end of March, going into April, mid-April it started, accumulating again, and here we are. So what does this look like to you? Honestly. Um Maybe it's better on a 3 day so you can see price action from last year. Yeah, so this was like July. Remember, all of last summer they were accumulating longs, such as they are now. Even though we were in shitty price action, everyone thought it was dead, and we were going. ETH was going, sub $1,000. Everyone was just super bearish. We peaked July 21st, 24th, right around here, and that's when the second bull market started, where you saw Solana go from $20 to $260, and they were just taking profit the whole way up, right? So now they're all rebuilding once again. Like, what does this look like to you? To me, it looks like it's almost hasn't been confirmed yet, but it looks like a breakout of all-time high on open interest since 2000, August 2017. If it takes out this high, which it very well could, and even today, I think there was 1,800 Bitcoin open and long. So for those who don't understand what that is, it's basically the amount leveraged total that is long on Bitfinex, which is one of the OG exchanges, and most used in China and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of volume on Bitfinex. I wish they could show a chart for like FTX and shit like that, but they won't give that away. But yeah, that looks like we're heading towards a breakout to me. We took out this high, so there's actually more open interest long than there was when we were at 48K. a month and a half ago. So yeah, interesting. Look, shorts are accumulating as well, but not nearly as much. Like it doesn't look like it did in July of last year, even though that happened very quickly. So in June, it pumped from 1,600 total Bitcoin open interest and a short to a high of right around 25,000 Bitcoin short. Then they just close it in one day. So it's not as easy as to predict shorts, as you could tell. Like, oh, they just opened it up and then they closed them all immediately, in a 6 day span. So longs is, easier to predict. That looks like it's going to break out to me. We'll see over the next week or two. Everyone's still super bearish, even friends that I have that, been around a lot longer than me. World economy doesn't look great. The stock market tanked yesterday, so I could see why, you know, they think everything's going down. But um, yeah, you have to be ready for either scenario. To me, yeah, this 3 day on Bitcoin also looks like shit, and it closes today in 8 hours for the daily close. But, you know, if you look on high time frame, this is the 3 day asteroids belt. You could just see if it closes above 36.2, not only is it holding this buy zone area, like this range that I have, every time it's wicked into it in the past, obviously, since last July, it always bounced back, came up all the way to 45K, wicked into it again, went up to fucking 48K, wicked into it again. So let's see. Usually the third tap isn't as bullish. I could see a breakdown. So say this level doesn't hold, right? It is at the bottom of the 3 day. Very possible it holds and pumps, but also very possible we start rejecting this area and then we start to see some capitulation. So we just see a nice swift dump that takes out these lows here, you know, something like this. Maybe not as quick as that, but 28K is definitely in the cards. And if you lose 28K, I'm thinking like 23, 22, anywhere here. So where would I look for targets for that? This nice breakout here. There's one there. So that would be a retest of like 20K would probably be the bottom for me if we were in a really shitty scenario. Um, why am I going off that one? It's kind of like that 3 day catalyst there was the start of the bull market. We broke all-time high and ascended all the way to 65K, right? You could also put one probably here, this one, kind of the same thing. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'd be looking for, like 23.5. If we ever got that level, that's where I'd be giga longing. Very well could break down and see that scenario happen. Um, I still have hope though that this could be the potential bottom over the next week or so. Maybe mid-range in here, take out this low at 34.6, right around 34K would be like where I would want to accumulate a gigalong position. With Titan validation, of course, you could just put your invalidation either below 33K, which was the wick here in January, or if you're not that leveraged and you don't want to be just stopped out, you want to continue to accumulate. Don't put all your capital in at once. You could want to buy around 31K. Um, yeah, we'll hit 28. I think we'll bounce. We'll get a significant bounce of everyone closing their shorts and whatever. We might range a little bit, but if we hit 28, I think we definitely take it out and go to this 25K level, at least 23 to 25K. So that's Bitcoin. Yeah, I see no reason for anyone to really be wanting to trade this besides maybe a scam pump, like a relief pump after we dump so hard. Um, I don't see, you know, the good scenario in shorting either. If you haven't already been in it since really up here, 44K, once we like just broke that level, came back up and retested it and rejected. We've never come back to it again. Scam pump off the 38K all the way back to 43. Dump. We keep retracing every pump we have. Um, this to me, like I am long Bitcoin right now, as you guys know. I went long a little bit, right around like 36.6 right here. I bought a little bit more at 35.5 this morning. So yeah, I'm like prepared to just wait it out, buy some more in this 33K range. The bottom isn't going to be easy, fellas. Not, there's a reason why only a few select people get it, and there's a reason why only a few select people get the short entries as well. You know what I mean? It's the guys who are thinking ahead. They're not thinking with the crowd, contrarian to hype belief, like this probably wasn't going to break out. We're at 48K, but everyone thought we're going to 50 and above. Really, it was the perfect short, the big short. So yeah, let's look at ETH real quick. Downtrend for ETH has bounced every single time. I know I've posted a chart with it like 4 times already. This will be like the 6th time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was here, 7. Yeah, so we're actually this 4 hour is going to close above it. Oddly enough, it just closed right now, 30 seconds ago. So yeah, right now that's roughly around 26.75. Yeah, I don't know how many times we're gonna hold that, to be honest. It was definitely a lot more bullish when we bounced here at like 2,900 and went all the way to 32. Even again here, tapped at 2,800, bounced to 3 grand, tapped it again. What I mean? These bounces off of the downtrend are getting weaker and weaker, as you could see. I mean, this one wasn't terrible, 2,700 to 2,960, but we can't seem to break this 29, like this $3,000 level. Ever since we lost it kind of here, you know, kind of floated above the top of it, hard rejection, came back up, wicked into it, reject, reject again. So as you guys can see, that level all I have is going from 3 grand to roughly around 2960. It's just a 1% roughly little range, but as you can see, it's pretty fucking accurate, especially right now. It's been accurate since February. So yeah, so if we lose this 26 level, which was really important back here when we finally flipped it here in mid-March, we just ascended from 2,600 all the way to 36. Just one huge pump, no retrace. So lose that. Same thing is possible with, like I was going over Bitcoin. We take out these lows, or at least come into this 2,300, 2,400 range, I'd say. Definitely tap this line if we break 2,600. So be careful. Do not be trading alts right now unless, low leverage. We've dumped like 40% like we have, and then like you're just betting on a scam relief pump. Like even the other day, like here, everyone was super fucking bullish. $85. Solana went to pumped all the way back to 95. Everyone like thought they were a genius because everything was pumping 12%. And then it all disappears in one 4 hour candle, like 92, all the way back down to 84. And then here we go, took out that low. So it doesn't look great. Nothing looks great. The only thing I can see is, Bitcoin longs opening up a fuck ton of, yeah, interests. It got me, whales with money are just continually opening longs. So yeah, having a nice little pump right now in the 15-minute. ETH, I think going long here is decent. R&R, you can just either put a stop below 2630. You know what I mean? It's like, I guess, almost 3%. So it's actually a lot. It's just shit's way too volatile. It's Friday. It's the end of the weekend. I don't recommend trading. Have not been recommending trading for the past 2 weeks. Um, yeah, that's the best advice anyone's going to give you, to be honest, because the best traders out there, the guys with hundreds of millions of dollars, aren't trading this. The only people who are, the VC firms who have infinite ways to steal your money, and retail who thinks they're going to make it all back because they're down so fucking bad, and all they're really doing is giving up everything they have instead of just accepting the loss they've already taken. So that's the hard truth. you know Hopefully you guys listen to that instead of trying to continue. This is KNC. I want to look at this real quick. 550 was that area to short. I know we had Nico do it. I don't know how the fuck that ended up being pretty accurate besides this pump up here, this scam pump above 550, but 550 was level to short, like I had said. And I can't believe that actually happened. I didn't even take this trade. I was short up here at 550 and I closed it roughly around 460. I just hadn't even looked at my chart to see that this literally came up, rejected right there, and then dumped. How much is that? I can't do mental math like that in my head so quickly. Yeah, 40%. So, yeah, it was a trade I should have taken. I literally drew it out with the fucking stop loss and everything. Hopefully someone did in this group. I know Nico was short from 550, which was awesome. So, let's see. I want to look at Luna real quick as well. Luna looks half decent. I don't know, dude. Is Quan gonna keep buying Bitcoin? I don't know. It doesn't look that fucking bad right now. Like, compared to other things, like the daily for Luna doesn't look that bad. Hasn't even taken out that low, 75 bucks. Let's look at near. Near again. I mean, kind of resting off. We're on daily chart, bottom of the asteroids belt. Came up to this $13 range, rejected it right here. That was what, a day and a half ago, and now we're just right here again. So I don't know. I'm super bullish on near. I do have a spot bag. I just don't know exactly where to long. It's too volatile to even go with like a 5x long with your account because it'll still dump like 10%. So rather quickly. It was at what, only a week ago or 2 weeks ago, it was at 18 bucks. We're down like 50%. So yeah, not the time to be trading, fellas. I am long, but I'm only long Bitcoin because it's the least volatile. I might open a long on ETH, like even now, since I've been talking in this video. Seems like we did pump a little bit and reclaimed the top of this level. So I say the weekend we maybe get a couple more wicks down here. If we start to bounce, then I'll delete this, right? It's not as likely to me. It looks more likely that it's going to dump, but nothing ever goes the way it looks the most likely, right? This market is irrational as fuck. It's crypto. We could very well come up and actually flip this high and go back to 53K. I've been trying to see 53K now for months ever since we lost it in December. We have not been above it since the beginning of December with the flash crash here when we went from literally 57,000 to 42,000 roughly 26 hours. Um, it's a day no one will ever forget if you were trading it. But yeah, I'll end this video here. Let's just remember 36K is pretty important. 34K also very important. They might try to stop hunt and take out this low. You know, as long as we don't lose 31,000, then we're still bullish. You know, that's a 15% dump from here, but patience is key. So, all right, fellas, have a good day.